here on the Pacific Voyager, going over to the bait receiver to get bait. Max is leaving. Andrew, how many day trip are you guys on?
2.5 days.
2.5 day trip. They're going to take off on. Before they go, however, in just a little while, we're going to interview with Max, and we'll be getting you in touch with all the very, very latest. Hang on one second, everybody. I want to turn the volume down. All right, we're good here. And you have any comments, we'll get you tuned up on what's going on. We have got exclusive breaking news on the bluefin tuna. I know that the fleet, at least the guys I've talked to so far, missed on the fish. But if you are a Friedman Adventures regular, you know the name Jeff Lingle. He runs a yacht. He found the bluefin tuna. Nice ones, 10 bluefin to 125 pounds for 6 anglers. I'll have details on that. I know the Queen was looking around, the Pacific Queen and the Shogun, and they had not found anything the last time we talked to them. But we have a source who was on that bluefin tuna last night and caught and said it was biting fish. You know what time it is. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh, is that good? And is it good to be with you? I'm going to I better leave it over here. What do you think, Anthony? We don't want that to go somewhere. Hey, let's get you caught up on all the latest. Before we do, hit that like button. We deeply appreciate it when you do that. Share these videos everywhere. Please remember that you can follow us over there on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And what did I forget? Oh, subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel and tick that little bell. You'll be notified when there's new content. Anthony and I, you don't see him, he's behind the camera, will be in Mexico the next 2 days, and we have a ton of content. We're going to check a freshwater bass lake out in Tecate. We're going to fish barred perch down in Ensenada. You'll see my beautiful co-host Paulina tonight on a special Tackle Shop Confession show from Ensenada. We'll be live tonight. Tune in and see Paulina. And don't forget our new Spanish language YouTube channel. It's Aventuras del Gringo. Gringo Adventures. That is all in Espanol. So we've got that new channel for you. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with Mexico. First of all, I want to cover that with you. In Mexico Lindo, down in Cabo San Lucas, we are seeing more warm water move in there, and as a result, we're seeing those warm water species. A lot more yellowfin tuna, striped marlin, good rooster fishing along the beach right now, and a lot of sierras in there. In addition to that, those yellowtail are moving out of that warmer water. They're kind of out of there right now, but you're seeing all that other stuff, including Dorado, move in there. Good friend of mine, Ray Millman, he was fishing out of La Paz, and he said he had a spectacular day of rooster fishing to 30 pounds. I think Ray had 10 rooster fish yesterday, so La Paz is starting to turn on. They had an exceptional April on yellowtail out of La Paz, but now we're transitioning. That warmer water is getting in there, and Tail Hunter International as well as Baja Pirates are doing great in that neck of the woods. There's still some yellows hanging out in areas like Loreto and Mulaje, and up there at Santa Rosalia, we're still seeing good yellowtail action, but again, warm water starting to move up. It's going to be game on for Dorado and yellowfin tuna and so much more there in all of those venues. We point you down 140 miles below the border down to San Quintin, Baja California. Anthony and I are going to be pretty close to that. We might get tempted and go down there. Some surface iron yellowtail fishing, not every single day, but sporadically biting down there. Water's been kind of cold lately, and that yellowtail's been off the bite, but man, it'll come roaring back without a moment's notice. It's been really, really good at times. Really fantastic fishing. And of course, you've got lings, you've got reds, you've got fabulous bottom fishing going on there. It's been truly great. And there's been a few really nice big halibut, some really good halibut fishing down there. All right, Ensenada, where we are going to be here shortly. It won't be too much longer until we're in Ensenada. Anthony and I are headed down there. They've had that big bonito bite going on, and it's been good. Big bonito, like 5 to 10 plus pounders, biting down there around La Bufadora, you know, the blowhole. It's been biting. There's some fish up there around Todos Santos Islands and the Punta Banda area, and then that's backed up with great rock fishing. The rockfish bite there has been really fantastic. We are anticipating some really nice warm weather with a lack of wind So it wouldn't surprise me to see the bass bite take off here in the very near future, as well as perhaps some yellows popping up. We haven't seen the yellowtail in Ensenada for a while, but hopefully that's going to get going here very, very soon. You want me to walk over there so you can see you just got out of the frame. On the back of the San Diego there, that sea line's making all kinds of racket here this morning. So really good stuff south of the border. And as I said, we'll be in Ensenada. We're definitely going to do some bar perch fishing from the beach. But we could easily, Anthony and I, get talked into jumping on with Captain Ihara or our friend Louis Prieto or Diego Nuno. Diego, I know you're watching. I'll see you in a little bit down there around Ensenada. So there's your Mexico situation. Looking at the San Diego right there, their best score here recently, 14 yellowtail at the Coronado Islands. That bite has been up and down. One thing that is not lacking is seeing a ton of fish. There's a lot of yellows in that neck of the woods, and those fish being taken in a variety of different ways. Surface iron, yo-yo iron, dropper loop fishing, as well as fly line bait fishing. They are seeing the yellows on the San Diego, and that stuff is going to settle and bite. Here recently, I think they had 3 fish, obviously not out today. There's a lot of that big bonito rolling around there, and just about every single time they go, catch yellows or not catch yellows, they're able to load up on some delicious rockfish. All right, let's get into the bluefin info because you're all dying. We had some really nasty, rough weather, windy weather, and it forced the boats to stay in and not run. So now they have returned, and they were looking for bluefin tuna all night last night. If you watched Tackle Shop Confessions last night, Jeff Lingle is a great Friedman Adventures family member, numero uno, with tackle tips and fishing information. Jeff was staying awake on his wheel watch by watching Tackle Shop Confessions. I told Sam last night, man, I feel honored that Jeff is watching it. So Jeff said, I'll check with you first thing in the morning. First of all, I don't know what the Shogun and the Pacific Queen have done for the last hour or so, but they worked hard. They looked hard. They couldn't find any bluefin last night, and they were working hard. Now, Jeff went to the mushroom bank, and Jeff said he had a hard time finding any fish at all, and then all of a sudden, he started to see it, and it started to bite. Only 6 guys on his yacht, and they end up with 10 bluefin tuna to 125 pounds, and he said they were chewing really, really good. So there's your breaking news. Jeff Lingle with a good hit on the bluefin tuna while the fleet was looking around. Perhaps Max will go to the mushroom bank. Max, here on the Pacific Voyager, is getting ready to leave on a 2.5-day trip, and I showed him that text from Jeff, and his eyes lit up like, ooh, I got somewhere to point my bow to here right now. So Jeff Lingle, you are number one. So happy you had a great trip, and so happy we're able to break the bluefin tuna news here on Friedman Adventures this beautiful Tuesday morning. So we are loving that. AJ says, safe travels, looking forward to the Bonito report. I might try and get in on that while it's hot. AJ's down there in Mexico. I believe he lives in Tijuana. Man, we should meet up and have a big, tall cup of coffee together. That would be really good. And also Manila ice cream. Good to have you with us. Also Manila ice cream. So that's your bluefin tuna info. Now remember, that nighttime fishing, you want to fish heavy tackle. Those fish range from 20 pounds to 200 plus pounds. So you're not fishing anything less than 100-pound spectra, and you want a 200-pound bite leader, something like that. Those Eddie bombs, 16-ounce paint or no paint, have been super effective in that bite. There's other jigs. Max is going to mention some to you when we get into it. He likes those tungsten jigs. Daiwa has those SK jigs. Those have been very effective also. But I love what we're hearing from Jeff, and hopefully the fleet will get on top of that tonight. I see a really good night here tonight, and these boys that are waiting up here at the landing that are going to get on the Pacific Voyager, I feel like they are going to do really, really well. So great news. Happy to hear that. Don't forget, if you're headed up to Ventura Sport Fishing, you're going to want to jump on the Island Spirit fishing halibut tomorrow all day long. That's all they're going to do. Jump on board with our dear friend Daniel Hadaway up there and catch yourself a big old flatfish tomorrow. They're biting in the Channel Islands. And also, don't forget, you get 50% off when you buy one full fare ticket. your second ticket 50% off. www.venturasportfishing.com or give them a call at 805-676-3474. Let's talk about that white sea bass bite because it was spectacular yesterday. It's a little early right now. When I get a beat on it a little bit later, we'll have some updates. And of course, tonight, Tackle Shop Confessions on the Ensenada live show. We'll be talking a lot about that and fishing in Ensenada. Tremendous sea bass fishing yesterday. Ariel Weissman was a passenger on board the Endeavor yesterday. He had fantastic fishing. Everybody on board catching their limits. In fact, Daniel Hottaway ran that trip. Tucker McCombs took a day off and Daniel was on it. They also had some nice halibut, plenty of rockfish to go along with it. The Mirage with limits. Several other boats limiting out on the white sea bass. We were a little concerned about that bite because we had that weather the day before. It blew up there really hard and the water temps got reduced, but man, that fish came right back and was on the bite. And I got a sneaking suspicion they're catching here this morning again. Those fish been taken in a variety of ways, mostly on the dropper loop. It was what Daniel Hottaway told us, but sometimes you're fishing those white flukes. Those have been super effective. And sometimes you're fishing with, like a Carolina rig. You get up in the shallows and they actually run and gun on those sea bass, like you're chasing yellowtail around. So that has been pretty darn exciting. Let me look here. Johnny Gomes, good morning, safe travels. Looking forward to trip reports. Johnny, appreciate you very, very much, my friend. Manila Ice Cream, just for your information, everyone. Longfin has 100 to 150, 200-pound pre-made crimped and sleeved leaders in stock for about $6. That is great. Mike Krinkovich, beautiful day at Seaforth. It is, Mike. Wish you were here, man. The cranker in the house here for the morning briefing. Good stuff. It was good to see you down there yesterday. My wife Ruth says hello to you also. So some really great sea bass fishing up there. As we take a look at our other islands, Clemente, there's been an occasional yellowtail, mostly all rockfish. Catalina, we've seen private boater catches of white sea bass on the backside of the island down east around Ben West and Silver Canyon. That area's been pretty productive, not every single day, and there's good rock fishing. The El Patron out of Long Beach Sport Fishing have been putting the wood to the rockfish out of Long Beach Sport Fishing. They run every single morning out of Long Beach Sport Fishing, berth 55, leaving at 5 a.m., coming back at 5 p.m. They'll even veer off and go to Santa Barbara Island at times. So don't forget, the El Patron, brand new engines, looking great. She is back and doing a great job right now. www.longbeachsportfishing.org to get on the El Patron. We have a trip with a few spots left. It's Friday, May the 16th. You're not going to want to miss that. If you want to join Anthony and yours truly, just send me a text to 657-227-6459. Up and down the coast, we see a few halibut being taken. The Native Sun's been focused on that. The Spitfire out of Marina del Rey Sport Fishing has had spectacular halibut fishing here recently. That's been good. All the other guys are catching sculpin and rockfish and providing excellent table fare. It has been really great fishing for all of those species, filling the sacks with some really great eating fish. In the Southern California surf, look for things to really improve. Don't forget, this Saturday morning, we want to see you down there at Anderson and Pacific Coast Highway. That's Sunset Beach, California. It's about 2 miles south of Big Fish Bait and Tackle, which is located on the corner of Pacific Coast Highway and Seal Beach Boulevard. You're going to drive down there 6 a.m. till 10 a.m. Anthony and I will be there. We had 200 people show up for our last surf fishing event, but this time the water's even warmer. We have a high tide at sunrise, and there's a grunion run the very next day. It sets up for a great day of surf fishing, and we hope we will see you there. You're all invited. Just show up there, Anderson and PCH. You can park on the beach side of the street or the other side of Pacific Coast Highway. And man, that should be fun. I'm anticipating yellowfin croaker. Make sure you get some bait down there at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. You'll be good. I think somebody with all the anglers we're going to have there is going to pull a nice halibut out. Of course, throwing a Lucky Craft lure is a good way to go, but a small chrome crocodile also can be super effective. It's another great way to do things. Nelson DG, good morning, Phil. Hey, you're Awesome to be here as always with us. Same thing with Jay Bay and all the other folks who are joining us here this morning here on the morning briefing. All right, anything else? Did I forget anything, Anthony? Let me think. No, I don't think so. We're going to have more content for you as we go along. You'll be following our journey down to Mexico. We're going to check out that freshwater lake. We want to bring Danny Kadota back with us and fish that lake. We're going to be surf fishing Playa Saldamando, and Anthony here has it all set up where we're going to grill some ribeye steaks after we eat a bunch of carne asada and Tecate. We can't go by Los Amigos without making a stop and having some meat there. So that is going to be great. And of course, Paulina tonight in a special edition of Tackle Shop Confessions. It's the Ensenada version. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Surf fishing looking much better in SoCal. We've got that bluefin tuna rounded up for you. I know the fleet had a tough night, but Jeff Lingle found them on the shroom and they were chewing. 10 fish to 125 pounds for 6 guys. Jeff, thanks again, man. Really appreciate it. We'll keep you awake tonight maybe with Tackle Shop Conventions if you're on a wheel watch this evening. So I would be really stoked to do that and so happy you shared that with us. All right, my friends, thank you so much here at beautiful Seaforth Sportfishing on the Pacific Voyager. It's absolutely beautiful here. It's a gorgeous morning, and I can't thank you for joining us for this live presentation of the morning briefing. Have a great day. Let me check and see if there's any more comment that I need. Oh, Nelson DG loves the ribeye steaks. Man, yeah. Meet us at Playa Saldamano around 12 noon today. We'll have one for you, my friend. Have a great day. Thanks again, everybody. Let me run over here so I can toast you one more time. Great to be with you. Thanks for joining us on the morning briefing. Look for more content coming at you very, very soon. Have a great day, and I hope to see you really, really soon.